I took a pay cut for peace, half the salary, because I thought that was the trade. My old job paid $6,000 a month, and it was draining me. Slowly, daily. A boss who made everything tense, a team that ran on mood. Meetings where you guessed what was safe to say. Messages that carried consequences without stating them. I started living around it. I checked my phone before I checked my body. I stayed ready after the day ended. I learned how to sound fine while feeling tight inside, so I left. I told myself I was choosing mental health. I took a role that paid about half. It felt clean. It felt respectable, like the decision people nod at. At first, there was relief. New laptop, new chat channels, new calendar, different faces, different logo. I slept a little better. I stopped bracing at the start of every week. I thought I'd cleared it. Then the edges of the new job blurred. A message after hours. One, then another, a quick call that landed late. A small thing that became a thread, a question that sat there until you answered it. No one said I had to be available. The pattern taught it anyway. Flexibility wasn't a benefit. It was the schedule disappearing. You could log off, but you could feel what it did to how you were seen. Then management showed itself. Not cruel, not loud, unclear. Ambiguity became the management style. Priorities changed midweek. Deadlines moved without warning. Decisions didn't get made. So the team filled the gap. A meeting where everyone waited for someone to decide. Nobody did. So the decision became, just do it for now. And for now became permanent. When something went wrong, it was vague. When something went right, it was assumed. When you asked for clarity, you got more ambiguity. Clarity wasn't missing. It was avoided. Feedback came as vibes. This isn't quite it. Try again. No metric changed on paper, but the standard moved anyway. The stress came back through confusion, not confrontation, and the boundaries stayed blurred because nobody held them. It wasn't one person anymore. It was the way the place worked. You start doing the old behaviors again. You reread messages before replying. You try to predict the real expectation. You write careful sentences. You keep receipts. You choose words that can't be used against you. There was no rule, just a pattern you could feel. You carry work that has no stable shape, and then your body catches up. The phone checking returns, the tight chest, the weekend that isn't fully yours, the Sunday evening that feels like preparation. You tell yourself it's not that bad, because nothing is obviously abusive. No shouting, no public humiliation, no single incident you can point to. Just the same outcome in a different form. That's when it hit me. The pay cut was real. The peace wasn't. Not because I chose wrong. Not because I didn't heal enough. Not because I failed to be resilient. Because the trade was never guaranteed. I kept telling myself it was bad luck. One boss, one company. But the pattern didn't feel random because the same things showed up first. The late messages, the unclear priorities, the standard that moved without announcement. Different place, same shape. A lot of workplaces run on the same quiet rules. Availability gets rewarded. Ambiguity protects weak leadership. The emotional cost gets pushed down the chain, and the person who absorbs it is usually the employee. Not because they volunteer, because the system needs someone to carry it. In my old job, the problem had a face. In the new job, it didn't. It was just normal, and that is harder to name because it doesn't look like a violation. It looks like how things are. So you end up holding two losses. You lose money, and you still lose yourself. The worst part is how private that feels, because from the outside, the story sounds brave. I took a pay cut for my mental health. It sounds like a clean arc. It sounds like growth. But inside, it can feel like confusion because the thing you were trying to buy was not for sale. A lower salary doesn't come with boundaries. A nicer tone doesn't come with safety. A new logo doesn't come with a different culture. Sometimes you don't leave toxicity. You just change the setting where you experience it. And then the question changes. It stops being, why didn't I stay for the money? It stops being, why can't I find the right place? It becomes flatter. How did this become a normal price people pay for work? And how many places are built to make that price feel ordinary?